Taurus. Welcome to your Akashic Records reading for the month of June. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Carrie. I am an intuitive, an Akashic Records and tarot reader. I'm so excited you're here. If you're new to my channel, I can't wait to dive into the reading and the energy for the month of June for you. So, a little bit about what I'm doing here in this reading for you, Taurus, is I already pulled some cards and I've laid out a spread and just been feeling into the energy. I am an intuitive and a medium, so I tend to pick up on a lot of messages from your guides, your higher self, and also your loved ones in spirit. But working in the Akashic Records, you also are in touch with past life energy, karmic energy, and if there's any information coming through for your higher self, it's very clear. So the interesting thing when I dove in here is that right away, Taurus, a card popped out in this oracle deck that didn't belong in this deck. In fact, it was from another deck. It's from a compatible deck, but from another deck. And so I was hearing my guides say, that's the focus of your reading for this month. And the focus of your reading for this month is faith and trust. I hear actually those words, faith and trust and pixie dust, which of course is from Peter Pan. And it is truly about taking a leap of faith and trusting spirit in the different parts of your life and how that is evident right at this moment in your life. So whenever you're listening to this message, it will be the perfect time for you. So everything is meant to be. And so, as always, these readings are really timeless, especially when you're working in the Akashic Records, because that's the realm of the soul. And in that dimension, there is no time or space. So as I'm tapping into the energy here, the thing that I'm hearing is that for you, it is a little bit difficult to really trust the process and have faith that things are going to work out in your life. And that there's places right now that you want to move towards in your life and things that you want to try out and discover, new directions you want to take, new pathways. However, because you have identified so much with the archetype or the energy of being someone who overworks themselves, and to make sure that things get done, to make sure that you don't get left behind, to make sure that you make a good impression. And the energy of that really is that it's that masculine energy that's really out of whack. That's what I'm hearing. And it's pushing you beyond the point of, first of all, exhaustion, but also it moves beyond the point of spirit. So it doesn't give spirit any room to bring things into your life with your manifestations. And so this right away is the card that's crossing you. And this is the card of overworked and out of balance, right? So it's literally crossing the faith card. That's the first thing that was really coming up for me. But I'm going to dive into this a little bit more to see, Taurus, like what this is coming from or where the root of this is for some of you. And if this makes sense to you, feel free to take it as your own. Yeah. This is a very interesting deck. I'm using actually the Cosma Visions deck, right? This is a really special deck. And it actually is very connected in with James E. made it in order to reflect past life readings, which I do a lot of. And the interesting thing about this, I have not used this on a reading yet for the public. I've only done it in private and for myself. But here's what I'm getting. Okay, first of all, this is what's rubbing you the wrong way. And I think being a Taurus energy, it's you measure things by what you can see and what you can feel and what you can touch. Being an earth sign. Or if you just remember, this is also if you have a dominant placement in Taurus that you identify with. That's the way I put it forward. That could also be cross watchers of someone you love that is a Taurus. So we have the card of life on earth. So that very much is it. It's like it's hard to trust and have faith in spirit when you are needing to concretely see something, to feel it, to touch it. So in that regard, you're being really asked a lot of by your spirit team. They are really saying, it's time to step it up. If you want to be able to experience the things you want to experience, this is something you really have to take charge of this month, okay? The other card that came up is the veil card. So we have life on earth and the veil. So this whole idea of trusting what you can't visually see is all coming up for you right now. Okay. What can you touch it? Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you measure it? The other thing we're getting is the protector card. So there's a dual meaning to this, I believe, for you, Taurus. And two things are there. Your nature is to be protective, over your life, protective over what's important to you, relationships, in your work, things like that, and also protective over your reputation, I'm hearing. So in that regard, it doesn't leave a lot of room for spirit to move through and for you to be more in a role of releasing and letting go. It's demonstrating to me that almost because I do look at things from the energy centers in your body through your chakras. And one thing I see for you, Taurus, right now is the third chakra, your power center, your solar plexus. Looks like it's closing and it's trying to control, it's trying to measure, it's trying to pace things. And it is making it really difficult for you to let go and release. The interesting thing is you do have guides coming through. So whoever your guides are that you consider to be your guides, it could be your deities, your spirit guides, could be your ancestors, could be archangels. I want to say they're stepping forward. And in particular, Archangel Michael is stepping forward as a protector and also to help you let go and release and to have confidence and strength. Also coming forth as a energy that specifically is connected to the spirit world that is a force of nature. There are certain spirits, certain entities, certain guides. Archangel Michael is one of them that literally can make things happen in the physical world. A lot of them can. And he is one in particular that can, I believe, literally stop a train in its tracks. That was destined. And so this is literally being able to trust that when things are clearing out and it's time to let go of something, that you've got to just give it that time. And what you need to work on instead of trying to control what's in your outer world is trusting and letting go of what is within you that's trying to block it. That's really what I'm getting. The other thing we're getting here is there's a few issues which I think this could be connected to. So many of you in this collective, Taurus, will have different things that are coming up for you right now that are making it challenging for you to let go because you're so invested in the thing that you want to either discover or experience or have. And this is, again, remember before we said the veil was here. We saw that, but we're also seeing life between lives, the energetic realm. So imagine trying to have faith in as much as you possibly can into the realm of spirit. And this is a layered process. I'm going to connect at the end of this video a meditation that I have on this channel called Releasing Energy Blocks. I think you'd find it really helpful if you're someone who has a tough time just releasing and letting go. It's one thing to do it intellectually. I think it's also very difficult to do it in general when you don't have evidence. So you have to go to the energy plane, the spiritual plane, the plane of the ether to change the energy. So that meditation will help with that. So we have the energetic realm, we have the veil. So one thing that might also really help you with this in general is spending more time doing things that make you feel connected to spirit. So whatever that is for you, that could be being out in nature, meditating, that could be chanting, could be journaling, could be even talking to someone who is a spiritual, mind as you are, right? And so what is triggering all this? This is what I want to discover. And the one thing I'm getting, some of you, I believe, might even be wanting a family, wanting to meet someone that you see as a real soulmate or a twin flame or someone who means a lot to you, and worrying that you won't meet them in time, you won't be able to have a child, things like that. There's a trigger that's coming up, and it's like a glass ceiling coming down. And I remember being there years ago And having that trigger of feeling like, am I going to meet the right person? Am I going to be able to have children? I remember feeling that when I was in my mid 30s. And this is something that's coming up. It's saying something's missing, right? Intimacy, possibly fertility. But for me, that is that gap again about having something come into your life and manifest something that you want so much. So we have that there. So let's take a little bit more of a look to see what else sort of is happening here for you in June. What can we expect? Three of Swords is coming up. Okay. And then we also have the Sacrifice card. Um, Three of Swords is usually this anchor of pain from the past. It can be past life, it can be past relationships, past memories. So, here's the thing. In order to move forward and get what you want and what you want to have manifest, it looks like you're going to have to give that up in order. That's the sacrifice, giving that up so you can have what it is you want, so you can procure that. And taking a deeper look within and asking those hard questions. What is it that I want and where am I headed? I want to see also what's coming up. What is the forecast as well? We've looked a lot at the energy, and we've looked a lot at what's maybe blocking you. But what can we also expect? I'm going to first talk about relationships. So if that relates to you, we're looking at this. Okay. So this is quite promising. I want to say, I feel like you have options. If you are looking to meet someone, if you're new in a relationship or you're waiting, the Spirit's really saying you're going to get what it is you want, right? It is coming. Because when we have the Ace of Cups, it is really emotional depth. It's a potential of emotional depth within a relationship. Remember, it's potential. So it hasn't matured yet into the thing that you want. But I'm also hearing the jury's out. So that means you're making a choice between, if I decide it could be between one person and another person, but it also very well could be a one path direction in this way and one path direction in that way. And how do you discover, like, if you're wanting to say, open up and meet someone, how do you follow that trail without chasing it? And what I'm hearing is they really want you to sink into your heart space. So this very likely could be something positive coming up as we have with relationships and making choices that are heart-centered, right? And trying to stay as open as possible. Let's just take a look at, say, what finances are going to look like. This really good. There's success. I feel like an opportunity could be coming your way because we have the Sun card and the Knight of Cups. So based on all these things that we're talking about, first of all, having faith, working on your triggers, being open, setting your intention, getting really comfortable, like, with what does it feel like to have what it is you desire, and knowing that the good is coming for you. I keep feeling like some of you here in this collective are wanting to have children and really wanting that to be part of your future. And I feel like this is the start of that happening. So there's a trail of you. And if you're single, staying in touch with your intuition and staying open and working on yourself and aligning yourself with that energy, it leads you to this goal of what you want. But it's catch-22 because you have to let go and not micromanage it, but at the same time know it's coming. So it's a tough place to be, okay? I'm just going to look at career and see where we are right now for this month, just to see what's coming up. Yeah, that Three of Swords is coming up again. So we definitely have to do some work on ourselves when it comes to our subconscious. This is around work. So they're really saying follow your intuition, use your powers of, psychic abilities and seeing as much as you can, being open as much as you can, using your intuition, but understanding that the past energy here is coming up to be cleared so you can really step into alignment and not have that sway the direction that you're headed in. That's extensively important, I'm hearing. And there's also for me lately, that high priestess with columns that are black and white. To me, that's like black and white thinking. Well, if it's not going to happen, then I'm going to do this. I can't be patient, so I'm going to do that. You want to be very aware of when you get into that black and white severe thought process. It seems like it takes over for you. Okay, so your best position for anything that you want to manifest, discover, open up to, whatever direction you're going in for this month, right? So, and we're in that communicating. So communicating with spirit, what is it they want, but also help me let go. It's two sides to the coin, right? You want to tell them what you want and be intentional, but you also have to let go. And there's reasons you're holding on. There's reasons you've had resistance. And this is the magic, combination of knowing you're absolutely capable and powerful, and you can manifest what it is that you desire, whether it be relationship, whether it be career, whether it be more abundance, whether it be travel, because there's something about travel in here I want to talk about in a second. You have everything you want, but you need to come at it from this perspective of the Three of Cups, which is open, which is expansive, which is playful, which is not controlling. And because we're giving the number 3, that means what the resistance you have that's keeping you stuck is based in your third chakra. So if you can find some affirmations around opening up your third chakra easily, and find a meditation for releasing those blocks, that's going to help you a lot. And I can really, really feel that in your energy field, Taurus. Then the other thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to move on to the oracle part, is that there's a desire to travel here. There's a desire to get out, do something new. This could be moving to a new location. This could be overseas travel. This could be traveling to go see people that you care about. But there's something that's blocking you from going. I'm hearing the words money. The money's not there. I don't have the money to do that. So my suggestion for you, again, is you want to go back to the drawing board. You want to go back to the rules and the protocol of manifestation and the law of assumption. And you want to be bold, and you want to say to spirit, I am open for manifestations. I am traveling with ease. I'm traveling where I want to go with ease. I always am able to travel where I want to go. I want you to try that for 30 days this month. And I want to see when we come back to do this reading in July, if something opened up for you. But you have to suspend judgment. You've got to really work on that subconscious, which is telling you it's not going to happen. You can't just ask for what you want. You absolutely can, but you need to work on the energetics. All right. Taurus, what I'm going to do before we close today, I'm going to open up an oracle card or your final reading. And if you enjoyed this, I absolutely would love, my channel is relatively new. I just started it in the beginning of this year. And I'm enjoying so much doing these readings for all of you. Of course, I do private readings and I do classes. I do all sorts of things. You can find that a link in my profile. But also I have a live stream every Friday early evenings. And we do incredible readings. We do Akashic Records channel readings. We do goddess readings, channeled messages, and then we connect with your ancestors and bring through messages. So I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and follow. And please share if you're interested. Are you ready? Here's your message for the month. Okay, so we have the One Ring Circus and we have Heal the Ouch. This Heal the Ouch goes along exactly with the Three of Swords, which came up twice during this reading, now a third. So Heal the Ouch is you need to work on that part of you that is resistant to asking for help, that is resistant to letting go, that has a difficult time with the intangible, with the ether. And when we get to the One Ring Circus, what that really means is that you're not asking for help. You're staying self-contained. And a couple of weeks ago, Spirit gave me this very clear message that we tend to separate ourselves from each other. we close off, we don't realize that we are completely all interconnected. More than just the people that are around us, this is also the consciousness of spirit, our guides, our ancestors, and the divine. And when we close ourselves off and we try to do everything ourselves, then we don't open up to that magic. Taurus, thank you so much for being here for this reading. And then let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. We'll see you in the next reading.